Today we're going to be looking at a rather rare Plants vs. Zombies plush set that not a lot of people know about. This plush set contains a total of 10 different plushes, and well, instead of having plants and zombies in the set, this plush set only has zombies in it, which makes it a bit more unique. But yeah, with that said, welcome to a look at the Plants vs. Zombies Yellow Cone Conehead plush set. Starting off with the first plush in the set, we have the basic zombie. Now, one thing that you'll notice about every plush in a set is that they look very similar to the links and plushes as well. That's what they're based off of. And also, the majority of these plushes actually have re-releases of them. So I'm going to be going over the original, then the re-release. So yeah, the original basic zombie plush is this one. Now, one thing that makes this plush a lot different than the basic zombie made by Linkston is basically the only change that they made about the plush is that the eyes are facing opposite directions instead of just being normal. And well, honestly, that's really the only change about this plush as well, but it seems that the embroidery on the face looks pretty good, and the only really weird thing about it is that they used the weird face for this plush. And well, for the clothes on this plush, they're made out of the exact same material as the normal Linkston plushes, and they seem to be pretty high quality. As well, they seem to be stitched on pretty nicely, and it just seems that they're just slightly lower quality than the Linkston ones, which means that they're still pretty good. And well, it seems that they actually put a bit of detail onto this plush and didn't skip out on the fingers, and they actually put stitching on it to just give it a bit more detail. And well, this is the re-release of the plush, and while I don't really know what they changed about it, it just seems that they made the plush just slightly smaller on the face by the looks of it, and also just stuffed it a bit more, but besides that, I can't really tell anything else they changed. But yeah, for both of these plushes, they're really hard to get, and they're probably around the exact same rarity, and if you want them, you could look on eBay or Mercari. Next up, we have the Hypnotized Zombie, starting off with the original release. Now, this plush uses a nice light purple color for the skin, which in my opinion looks pretty good, and the only really strange thing about this plush is that the eyebrows are a white color, which they're actually supposed to be a purple color, so if they change that one detail, it would actually be a pretty accurate looking plush. As well, the rest of the face basically looks exactly accurate to how the Linkston Hypnotized Zombie looks, and it also seems to be pretty high quality. And while all the clothes on this plush are the exact same as the normal basic zombie, obviously the coat is just changed to a purple color instead of a brown color though. And well, for the re-release of this plush, I don't really like it as much as well. The main detail that they changed about it is that they made it a lot darker purple. And well, that's really the only change they did. They still have the messed up eyebrows, so they're still the wrong color, and they just made the rest of the Hypnotized Zombie a much darker purple color, which in my opinion made it look a lot worse than it already did. But yeah, once again, they're around an equal rarity, and if you want them, you can look on eBay or Mercari, but they'll be pretty hard to get. Next up, we have the Duct Tube Zombie. Now, for the original release, it uses the exact same face as the Hypnotized Zombie, but obviously the eyebrows are a gray color, and also it uses gray skin. And well, once again, it looks pretty accurate to the actual Linkston counterpart, and in my opinion, they did a pretty good job with it, especially because the eyebrows are actually the right color on this plush. And while the tie in this plush is really the only part that could get damaged due to it being made out of a felt material, but it does look pretty accurate to the Linkston version, so that's still a plus about it. And well, for the coat on this plush, it seems to be pretty accurate, and it's once again just stitched onto the body like the actual Linkston plush, which makes it look more accurate. And for the actual ducky tube on this plush, they once again did a good job with it, and they nicely stuffed the beak so it looks pretty accurate to the Linkston version. They did a pretty good job with the embroidery on the eyes. And well, for the rest of the plush, it basically just looks the exact same as the Linkston version, so they definitely did a good job with the original release. And well, for the re-release, they didn't really change a lot. They just kind of stuffed the plush a bit more and also made the face just slightly smaller. So in my opinion, it just makes it look worse. And it seems that kind of all the re-releases just make the plush look slightly worse for whatever reason. But yeah, both of these are around an equal rarity as well, but I've never seen any of them for sale, and they both have around the same amount of images. Moving on to the next plush, we have the Conehead Zombie. Now, this plush actually gives the set the name, as well the set name is the Yellow Cone Conehead Zombie plush set, and well, that's obviously why, because this Conehead Zombie has a yellow cone. But yeah, besides the cone being the wrong color, it's basically completely accurate with the shape, and it seems to be nicely stitched onto the head. And well, once again, just like the other plushes in the set, they did a great job stitching on the face with this plush, as though it looks basically completely accurate to the normal Conehead Zombie, and they did a great job with it. And well, for the shirt on this plush is actually a black color instead of being a brown color, which makes it a bit more unique. But besides that, it uses the exact same pattern for the coat and is also stitched on in the exact same way. And while the rest of the plush is basically the exact same as its Lynxen counterpart, I am glad that they made the Kona yellow color though as well, but gives the set a bit more uniqueness to it. Instead of just being a fully Lynxen copy set, it's actually something that makes the sets kinda unique. And well, here's the re-release of the plush. Once again, they just kinda stuffed the face a bit more and made it slightly smaller. It seems that the cone could fall apart a bit easier on this plush. But yeah, for the rarity of these plushes, the original design of this plush is actually a bit more common than the re-release as well, but I actually seen the original release for sale once on eBay. And well, there's also a few more images of the original release than the re-release, so it just seems that the original is slightly more common. Now moving on to the next plush, we have the Newspaper Zombie. Now with this plush, you actually can't really see the eyes too well on this plush, so I can't really tell if the eyes are accurate on this plush, but the rest of the face looks accurate. And while the glasses on this plush seem to be basically the only part of the plush that could actually get damaged, as well, since it's glued onto the side of the heads, it could fall off, and also since it's made out of a felt material, it could get damaged. And well, just like the Conehead Zombie, it actually uses a black coat instead of a brown coat, and it looks to be the exact same as the Conehead Zombie's coat. And while the shorts on this plush are the exact same as the Lynxen plush as well, they use the exact same colors and everything, and the newspaper could also get damaged as well, but it could collect debris and dust because it's made out of a felt material, and it could also fall off the hands because it's only stitched on. And while this plush also has a re-release of it, and just like every other re-release, it makes the plush look worse in my opinion, mainly just because they stuffed it a bit too much and also made the face just a bit smaller. But yeah, once again, they're around the exact same rarity for both designs, and in my opinion, they both look pretty good. Moving on, we have the Grass Skirt Zombie. Now this plush uses the exact same face as the basic zombie, and there's really no differences about it, so it's literally just the exact same as the basic zombie, so it's nicely stitched on. And well, for the clothes on this plush, they seem to be made out of the exact same material as the Lynxen plush, and also stitched on around the exact same as the Lynxen plush. So it actually seems that they did a good job copying the Lynxen plush, but it does kind of make sense as though the clothes on this plush are just very simplistic, so it makes sense why they would get them basically fully correct. And well, for the leaf sticking out of the top of the head, it also could get damaged pretty easily, mainly just because it's made out of a felt material, so it could get bent pretty easily. And well, for the re-release of this plush, we don't really have a good picture of it, and this is the only picture we have, so I can't really tell you a lot about it as well, it's very hard to see. And while the only really difference I could see from this one image is that it seems it uses a lighter gray color for the skin instead of a darker gray color. But that could just be because the photo quality isn't as good, and also the coloring inside of the photo could make it look a bit lighter than it actually is, so that might not be a difference, and it might just be because of the photo quality. But yeah, the re-release is a lot harder to find than the actual original release, as though the re-release has this one picture, while the original release has a bit more documentation of it. Moving on, we have the Buckethead Mummy Zombie. This plush uses the exact same face as the basic zombie and the Grass Skirt Zombie, and was stitched on the exact same way, so it's around the exact same quality. And well, for the bucket on the head, it seems to be nicely stitched onto the head, so it can't really fall off unless if you purposely unstitch it. And well, it seems that the bucket's made out of a felt material and has a lot of iron-on on it, meaning that basically every detail in the bucket itself could actually get damaged, as well, but uses two very delicate materials, and while the earring on this plush could also get damaged because it's made out of felt. And well, for the clothes on this plush, they actually don't have shorts or pants, so it just has a shirt on this plush. And while the shirt seems to be pretty accurate to the actual Buckethead Mummy Zombie shirt, as well, it's destroyed on the sleeves, which makes it look more accurate, and it just uses the white color. But it is pretty strange that it doesn't have any shorts or pants or anything, and it just kind of makes the plush look incomplete. And well, for the rarity of this plush, there's only 2 images of it, so it'll be pretty hard to find. Next up is the Pirate Zombie. Now, the Pirate Zombie's face is the exact same as the normal Lynxen Pirate Zombie, so that's one thing that is accurate about it, besides the fact that the face is just way too round. As well, for whatever reason, it seems that they just stuffed the face a bit too much, so it gives it a more roundish shape, which in my opinion, it doesn't really look that good. And well, for the bandana on this plush, is made out of the exact same material as a normal Pirate Zombie, and it's actually stitched onto the head, so it can't really fall off. And well, the earrings on this plush could actually get damaged pretty easily, mainly just because they're made out of a felt material. And well, for the coat and pants on this plush, they're made out of the exact same material as the Lynxen plush, so not only do they look the exact same, they're also stitched on the exact same way, so they can't really get damaged. And well, just like the Buckethead Mummy Zombie, it doesn't seem to have a re-release of it, so you can only find the original of it, and it seems to be pretty hard to find as well. There's only 2 images of it. Moving on, we have the Cowboy Zombie. Now this plush uses the exact same face as the basic zombie and the grass skirt zombie. So yeah, it uses the exact same stitching and everything, so it's once again pretty high quality. The cowboy hat on this plush is stitched onto the head nicely, so it can't really fall off that easily, but the hat itself could get damaged as it was made out of a felt material. So it could get bent and damaged pretty easily, and it also has some iron-on material on it, which also could get damaged pretty easily. But besides the hat, the rest of the materials on this plush actually can't get damaged, as though the bandana is nicely put around the neck, so unless if you purposely untie it, it can't really fall off. And well, for the coat on this plush, it uses basically the exact same coat as the pirate zombie, besides like a few small details, but besides those few small details, it basically uses the exact same design for the coat. And well, for the pants on this plush, they're made out of the exact same material as the normal Cowboy Zombie made by Langston, and the same thing with the boots. But yeah, this is actually one of the rarest plushes in the entire set, as well. It basically has no documentation of it as well, but only has one image of it. And well, moving on to the next plush in the set, we have a guitar zombie, which actually has a re-release. And was actually the only Plants vs. Zombies 2 plush that we know about that has a re-release. The other Plants vs. Zombies 2 zombies could have re-releases of them, but they could just be extremely obscure, but at the moment it doesn't seem that they have re-releases. But yeah, for the face on this plush, it uses the exact same face as the basic zombie, but the reason why the face just looks really weird is that it doesn't actually have any forehead wrinkles stitched onto it, as it was covered by the hair, which gives the face a bit of a weirder look, and in my opinion, I think it would have looked better if they just gave it a normal face. But yeah, for the hair on this plush, it uses the exact same material as the normal guitar zombie, and it basically looks the exact same. And well, besides the face on this plush, the entirety of the rest of the plush is the exact same as the normal guitar zombie, as well the clothes used on this plush are the exact same, but just slightly lower quality, and the guitar on this plush could get damaged pretty easily. As well, since the guitar is made out of a felt material, it could get bent and damaged pretty easily, and could also get unstitched from the hand. But yeah, for the re-release on this plush, it basically just looks the exact same, except the face is just a bit bigger because it has more stuffing in it. And well, it seems that the re-release is just slightly rarer than the original release, as well the original release has a bit more documentation of it. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, subscribe, and comment down below which plush in it says your favorite, and yeah, have a great day.